Yes, sport fans, hello everyone and welcome to Talk Sport on Global Television. And today is the day, happy Girl Child Day for the whole ladies around the world, and those in sport, athleticism and every other field that ladies are winning. We're wishing you guys happy Girl Child Day. But before we get deep into today's conversation about sports, obviously we are going to be starting from the home front and we'll be assessing every angle. And given the fact that today is the Queen's Day, we'll obviously be looking at what the Queens have been doing in their own respective angles of sports. But before we get into all of those conversations, we'll be going on a very quick break, and when we return back, Talk Sports continues. Stay with us. Yes, many thanks for staying with us, and we are set to get into the action of the day, where we'll be talking football, like I rightly mentioned before we went on the quick break, that we'll be looking at the Queens. Yes, today we are just, like they always say, ladies first, and yes, ladies first. But I also Queens and Heartland Queens reach the quarterfinal. Bayelsa Queens and the Heartland Queens have secured spots in the quarterfinals of on the fourth going edition of Basti Women's Football Tournament. Both teams emerge as top teams in their respective groups to Brent in the quarter final. Bayelsa Queens demonstrated their dominance in the Group B to finish with 9 points, while Heartland Queens of Owerri secured the lead in Group B, also with a maximum of 9 points. On March Day 4, Bayelsa Queens trashed their opponents Espordio FC of Benin Republic 4-0 at the University of Benin to secure their qualification to the next round of the tournament. Also, Heartland Queens defeated Angie Royal Adeji of Cotonou Benin Republic, who are residing in Benin Republic, 1-0 at the Western Boys High School at Iqbal Okacha of local government area of Edo State. So the Queens are actually waving their flags and then doing what they do in terms of, you know, winning matches and making sure the home front is looking very, very well. This is like looking at the football angle, and so far so good. Even the Super Falcons of Nigeria, 9-time African champions, making us proud, and in their different respective clubs also making us proud, representing Nigeria, scoring goals. Even in athleticism, we all know what Blessed Okebare and the others have been doing, setting records back to back in their respective sports. So it's just amazing what these ladies are doing, and it's super interesting, and I'm super happy. So I'm not alone yet in the studio, and this is someone also who trains girls in the angle of basketball, talking about Coach Lawal Daddy. Good morning, Coach. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of Talk Sports.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Nice having me.
Yes. So, you know, today is International Girls' Day.
Yeah.
And you also have a few girls in your team that you know, how does it feel working with girls, you know? We know boys can be stubborn. So how does it feel working with lots of you know, girls on your team?
You know, I would say boys being stubborn, boys learn with they play, boys they play. You know, but it's actually fun when you train. If you're able to train up a girl child, I bet you'll not regret it, because you've been able to train a whole society. I'm telling you, I have some of my girls on scholarship outside the country, and God, they are treating me like egg. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know, so they normally call me their daddy. My name is Daddy.
Yeah.
So, oh, my daddy. You know, like, seriously, they are sweet and loving.
Well, they are always sweet and lovely, and like he rightly mentioned, you know, it says anybody that trains a girl child trains a whole community. Well, those are words from adults, and you know, those that say what they can sit on the chair and see. When you climb a little tree, you won't be able to see that. So happy International Girl Child Day, and we all celebrate you for all the amazing works that you've been doing in sports, entrepreneurship, whatever. We appreciate you. So let's move away from the ladies for now, and then let's talk AFCON qualifiers, where Ghana, Algeria and others to clash on March Day 3, which started last night, where the race to qualify for the African Cup of Nations Morocco 2025 intensifies as March Day 3 kicks off. That was yesterday, 10th of October, with teams across the continent will be where they will be competing for the crucial point in the quest for a place in the prestigious tournament. Group J featured a clash between Namibia and Zimbabwe, with both teams eager to improve their positions in the group with a victory. The competition to secure a spot in the next round of AFCON Morocco 2025. Qualifiers are expected to be fierce, with each team striving to generate their place, or guarantee their spot rather in this in a place, so that they will be able to compete for this prestigious championship. So talking about that, we obviously know that there's a game that's going to be happening in Nigeria today, which is Nigeria, the Super Eagles, against Libya, which will be happening in the prestigious Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, where the Super Eagles have recorded a whole lot of victories. Talking about the Super Eagles now, there is something that has been going on. The current captain says that that is Ahmed Musa, is welcome to the Super Eagles at any time. The standing Super Eagles captain William Strauss-Ekong says Ahmed Musa remains the captain and is welcome back to the team anytime. The 31-year-old Al-Kuhad of South Arabian centre-back made the observation in a press conference ahead of Friday's 2025 AFCON qualifiers, the future against Libya at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. He is still our captain. That is Strauss-Ekong saying, and he's welcome back anytime. He's our most capped player, a good role model, and he's a good leader. I'm happy to deputize for him, says the Netherlands-born, who is expected to marshal the Super Eagles backline later today. Aside from being the most capped Nigerian player with 109 appearances for the Super Eagles, Ahmed Musa's humility is profound, with his reign devoted to seeing Nigerians win. I know you're not so big in football, but when it comes to Nigerian football, I know Super Eagles, you try to make sure that yes, the Super Eagles have to win. So Ahmed Musa now is actually currently going back to his, let me say, boyhood team, Kano Pillars, where he's representing. And what can you say about Ahmed Musa and his leadership? You know he's my neighbor.
Although, first I would say home is home.
Yes, home is actually
so
home.
No matter what you do, you always try to see. Anybody that forgets his home, you actually forgetting your root. And when you forget your root, your success will try. You know.
Yes.
So he's a good leader, and he's doing so well. I notice what he's doing in Jos, where he's from, and ETC. He's doing his best. He's trying.
Yes. Yes, actually, he's doing his best, and then playing with Kano Pillars.
Right, yeah.
Yes, so it's just amazing. So the match for later today, what is your expectation?
You know, I'll take any result that comes out, but the first is it's not easy to wear the green-white jersey to go and defend your country.
Yes.
It's a big ups for every player that is going to be representing Nigeria in that match. You know,
yes.
And they will all go out and get us a victory. Even if they don't, you know, I give them kudos for even
getting to it. But for me, as a fan, this is coming from the standpoint of a coach. And for me now, that really wants us to qualify for the 2025 African Cup of Nations, I want to win. I don't care how you do it. If you're going to score with your hand and let the referee don't see it, it's not my business. I want a win. Okay, let us bring you up to speed. Nigeria will hope to continue with their fine start to the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers when they host Libya in the third round of the qualification series at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo later today. While the Super Eagles aim to extend their unbeaten start to the series at the Mediterranean night, will be aimed for their first win. The Super Eagles started the qualifiers with a commanding 3-0 victory over Benin Republic before playing a goalless draw away at Rwanda a couple of days later in Kigali. Austin Ekwavo's side is currently top of Group D with 4 points and are the only team yet to concede a goal in the Group A double header. Victory over Libya will be the more clear and edge closer to securing qualifications, a scenario that the ingrained coach hopes will play out soon. Yeah, so we're actually hoping for that to happen. Topping with 4 points at this point, we need a straight win. If we can secure a 1-0, 2-0 or even 3-0 win against the Libyans today, that means we are 7 points clear. So we are getting closer to Morocco. Maybe then we are just getting closer to, you know, getting the edge and then the clip of, you know, smelling the African Cup of Nations, because we're once champions, we're still the giants of Africa. So it has to be something that we need to go and represent. So with that being said, we're going to be moving away from the local scene now, where we'll be moving to Norway, where Erling Haaland celebrates becoming Norway's all-time top goal scorer. Erling Haaland celebrates becoming Norway's all-time top goal scorer, announcing that he and his girlfriend Isabel Johnson are expecting their first child. The Manchester City striker scored his 33rd and 34th goal for his national team in a 3-0 win over Slovenia on Thursday night. That saw him move ahead of Joran Joven in Norway's all-time scoring chart on the night when he also skipped and then skipped the side the first half, and Haaland completed the feat in only 36 matches. This is amazing. We can see how interesting and how superb Haaland has been for Manchester City, scoring goals. The tall dude that drinks fresh milk all the time, he's just scoring goals and banking goals now, setting records for himself, which is something that is really, really rare to be done in the world of football. So for Haaland now, setting this goal for himself, surpassing the former highest goal scorer. What's it for you? How, as a coach now that mentors players, how do players feel when they tend to set a new record?
It's actually a good thing for him, because I always tell people this generation will tell you forget about the past. But I tell people, if you really want to be truthful or realistic, the past make up the present and it will make up the future.
Yes.
You like it or not, you can't deviate from it. What you do in the past matters how your present and your future comes. Because for me as a coach, I've set out a path to become a coach even before now. And I played so good even while I was playing. My mates don't stay close to me because I've always worked harder than myself. I always beat my own record. For the first time in Nigeria basketball, I made 74 free throws straight without missing one. Now there was no record. You understand? Yeah. Now there's no record, so I can't even show it here. But still back home, I beat the young ones on free throw. I beat them on one-on-one and etc. And they looked at me and like, Coach, are you the one doing this? Yeah. I said, that shows that you guys are not working hard enough. I always tell people, hard work beats talent whenever talent refuses to work hard.
So as a young lad coming up to play in whatever sport, listen, hard work beats talent. Meaning you might have the talent, if they bring you up, you would be able to, play. But you have to put in the work to stay at the top level. Just what is going on between Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, but I'm not about to have that conversation with anybody at this point. That's why I'm taking up the next flight, business class, actually straight to England, where it was literally a mess because England were looking all shapeless and then they lost 2-1. Are you serious? To Greece. People that contended and fought closely got to the finals of the Euro 2024, but still couldn't beat Greece. England, what's actually happening to the Three Lions? A lot of questions have been asked. But as the team broke from the minute silence from George Baldock, the Greece player who died on the previous night, on Wednesday, the England side spread out before the Wembley crowd in the vivid beauty of the floodlights. It was a slight tight trailed the home fans. Bukayo Saka was nearest to the bench, picking up at his shirt. Phil Foden, last season footballer of the year, stood on the halfway line at the edge of the center circle. Alexander-Arnold, the best passer of the ball in the Premier League, was pushed up high too. Cole Palmer, the four-goal time wonder kid of the English game, was the hottest property. We have stood at the bottom of the center circle. Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham, one of the front runner for Ballon d'Or, took off the kickoff. Anthony Gordon and the Newcastle winger sprinted down the left wing. So despite all of these players starting, they were just misplaced. Now a lot of people are wondering, are saying these players are overworked because this is like the second international break within this season. These guys have been playing for their club side. Before even their club side, they played in Euro. They didn't have much time to rest. They came back. Looking at the African side, they also came back home to play qualifying matches. Played series of competition. So people are saying, not only blaming the players, people are blaming FIFA and UEFA, all the body. Why? Because they said there's no gap for these players to rest. Looking at these qualities of players that are like starters for their team, for England, suffering this defeat against a a club side or a countryside like Greece is alarming. Some people say they don't blame the players, they blame the schedule for the game. Do you agree with that as a coach? Are players supposed to have enough time to rest, or firing them up, playing matches back to back is something that you have to always do?
Okay, thank you very much. First, I would like to tell you, health is wealth. You understand?
Yes.
So if you go by this perception, health is wealth. Now, it's only when you're fit that you can get the right thing done.
Yes.
You as a worker, no matter how good you are, if you want to work at night, you check yourself, you want to work at night and you are feeling so tired, you need to sleep at that point. My brother, you're going to just do rubbish. You know, I'm sorry to use that word. You're just going to do something else.
If you're tired, if you're not in the right space of mind, you won't be able to perform well.
See, you need the right frame of mind to do the right things and to do it very right, you know. So if you're going to have championship of such magnitude, you understand, and you don't have enough players that can come in, because me as a coach, if I'm going for any kind of championship, okay, we just came back from a CDS championship, and I noticed, okay, in this particular space, I'm going to need 2 people to handle this place, which if I sub one, the other one that will be coming in will be very effective. So I had to do it. You understand? I have to be focused and I have to do it. If I cannot get someone that will play as good as the first person, it's a big problem. Now that goes down to the big leagues. In the big leagues, you have the finance. I'm an academy, running an academy. So there's no finance for me right now. But if I have that finance, now I'll go into the big leagues with good players, because definitely there's going to be screening for these players, you understand, to excel well. You know, now if a player that is doing well is kept on the bench, you will see a reason why you need to work harder than the person that is following you. Because if you are doing well, obviously if you are doing well and at a point you needed to be subbed or put back in the bench, and they are not bringing you back because the junior one is doing more better, my brother, you sit up.
You definitely sit up.
You understand?
Yes, so we'll be talking some basketball at this point, but before we talk basketball, there is this lady, because we're celebrating ladies now, so even our ladies in diaspora are also making us proud rather. Ezinne Kalu eyes to be the WNBA Defender of the Year award. I know you will do yeah, we all know who Ezinne is. Yes, she's a small guard, but there's something they say in my language, you know, someone small that corrupts a few parts of the body. So Ezinne is a problem. So she is eyeing to be the WNBA, that's the Women's League. Now, for those that are talking about genders, I don't know if you pick your pronouns, you decide which of the leagues you want to play. All we know is he and she. So Kalu aims to be the Defender of the Year of the WNBA. The Tigress and Atlanta Dream guard Ezinne Kalu has set a target for herself in the WNBA National Basketball Association, which is to win the Defensive Player of the Year award. The 32-year-old, who had a sterling 2024 Olympic game in Paris campaign helping Nigeria reach quarterfinals, the first by an African country, recently realized her dream of playing in the NBA when she joined Atlanta Dream Team. By so doing, the New Jersey-born became the first black athlete from a historical black college to play in the WNBA in over 15 years, a feat she celebrated with a statement on her X handle. Recently, I found out that I was the first athlete from a historical black college to play in the WNBA in over 15 years, and I could not make this statement any more true. Delayed does not mean denial. Blessed to be the first while playing, I am not the last. With the Savannah State University graduates. This is super amazing. Ezinne, I know Ezinne is very great. We saw how amazing she was during the Olympics. So basketball is revolving, right? So how key is this for us to see Nigerians now, you know, taking over and, you know, winning Defensive Players of the Year awards?
Thank you very much, sir. First, I would like to correct that word. You know, Ezinne Kalu, as I always call her, right from the days she played in the female national team.
Yes.
I call her Small Pepe. Small Pepe.
Yes, she's actually
It's not about the size. Like I tell parents, so many parents come to me and like some kids actually love basketball, and some of their parents would not want them to play
because of their size.
Why? Because they are not at all.
Yeah.
You understand? And like the last one that came to me, the girl almost committed suicide because she wanted to play basketball. The mom was even her biggest obstacle, insulting her and everything.
Yeah.
So when the mom had to meet me, I told her, "Are you a coach? So leave this girl to me." You understand?
Yes.
She will play basketball. But to the glory of God, as I'm talking to you,
yes,
she is outside the country right now on scholarship. And that scholarship, the only reason why she was given scholarship was because of basketball.
Yes.
And she just finished. Now, Ezine Kalu did not start today, like what I said earlier.
Yes.
Ezine Kalu did not start today. She started like from the former administration. And it's a process.
Yes, you just build.
You understand? It's a process.
For the past 15 years, no.
Tijani Umar, I could remember when Tijani Umar was there, and those and they assembled those girls.
Yes.
They went all the way to win the African
Afro basketball championship.
And ETC, they won different rankings and ETC, and they put them together. They still keep going till today, and now she is somewhere. That means it's a process. You know, going step by step.
We'll be diving more into basketball, but we'll be going on a very quick break, and then when we come back, we'll be bringing you a few highlights from the Lakers and Milwaukee Bucks game, and also we'll be having a conversation of Klay Thompson playing for the Maverick Dallas, and also the big story, the history, you know, making rounds around the world now, where LeBron James is playing on the same team with his son, Bronny James Jr. That's a dream come true for LeBron James right there. But before we get into all of those conversations, we'll be going on a quick break, and then when we come back, Talk Sport continues. Do stay with us. Yes, many thanks for staying with us. Now, let's bring you those quick highlights from the Lakers and Milwaukee Bucks game, where the two kings. Okay, we have one king, who is LeBron James, and then Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is also aspiring to be a king. Just take a look at these highlights from early hours of today. Yes, that is one of the highlights of early hours of today, where Giannis Antetokounmpo played 20 minutes and scored 20 points, and then we saw the likes of LeBron James playing 16 minutes, and you know the king will always put up a show. In 16 minutes, he has around 14 points, and Lakers winning away from home. Meaning in basketball, we say they won on the road. They're not literally on the road, but they won away from their home. So when you hear the term like, okay, they had a win on the road, it means they won away from home. So, Coach Daddy, looking at this performance from Lakers, you know, the season is just starting, and looking at how massive and how hungry these guys are going, 104 to 103. How close do you think that game was?
That was a very good game. Very good game. It would have gone anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, it would have gone anywhere, and the both teams actually came out to play. You know, so it was a good game. 104 to 103. And that's a good game.
Both teams were like aggressive defensively and on the offense. Everybody was hungry to play. You know, they've been sitting down, you know, working out in the gym, getting ready for this. Just set to, you know, set and make an impact for themselves and see if they can get to the playoffs and win a championship. So let's just hope that it all pans out well for each team. But for me, I'm a Golden State Warriors fan, and you know what happens when Chef Curry enters the kitchen to cook. He cooks real good. But let's talk about LeBron James and Bronny James. Like, this is 22nd season in the NBA. No, 24th season in the NBA. That's for LeBron James. And now his dream has always been to play with his son. Let's assume you're a player. You've been in the league for 24 years, and now you are playing on the same team with your son. How fulfilling do you think that is?
You know, the biggest dream of every father is to see his or her son, your son, successful. You know, and for LeBron James, I think for that part, I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
He actually has done well for the son to be able to come up to meet him in the league, and seeing his son successful at this point, it's actually very good for him, you know. But it doesn't stop him from being a good player.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it really doesn't stop him. Look, talking about the son now, Bronny James, late last year he had a cardiac arrest while he was still in college, and how do you think, you know, for him to be, it's not because of just the father that, you know, he got into the NBA.
Yeah.
You know, though he was picked in the, like, I think the 4th round, around the 52nd pick for the Lakers. But how key is it going to be that you see him, like, putting in this so much work and also getting to the NBA, aside from the, you know, living under his father's shadows? How effective do you think this guy is now as that's Bronny James now as a player, as a coach? Now, what can you say about his work ethics?
Okay.
Yes.
First, if I have to be realistic, you know, I think from my own point of view, first, he's good. He's good. He's trying very well, but I think he's overrated.
No, you think he's overrated? Why?
I think he's overrated.
Why?
You know, because there are some other players I've seen, you know, I can't really figure out their names right now, but they're good, you know. And for him, you won't blame him even if he's overrated, because he is the son of LeBron James.
Okay.
Every eyes are on him.
The media, everybody.
Yeah, I used to tell my kids, when some of them say, no, they're talking about me, I say, yes, if nobody talk about you, then you're nobody. You know, so if you're somebody, definitely people will talk about you, you know. And for him to still keep his cool and he's still doing as good as he is, as in, he's trying.
imagine LeBron James now and Bronny James, you know, practicing on the court. As now they are teammates. On the court, they are teammates. That's obviously that's their office. They are both teammates. Now, do you think it's good to call him Dad or you call him James?
It depends on what LeBron James wants him to call.
Well,
because this is it.
Yeah.
You know, basketball has one love that goes wrong.
yes.
The fresh players always give to the senior players what they want. You know,
yes.
like they want the respect. They want you to call them this. You call them that. You know, if it's going to make you produce results for me, you know, for the team. You know, if it's going to make us play together, if it's going to make us stay in peace, no problem.
Yeah.
You know, we're just going to play together and we'll be fine. But where I'm seeing, what I'm actually looking at, I'm actually looking at where there are going to be opponents. You know.
Yes, I actually saw a workout section where LeBron James and the son, and his son was actually playing defense.
Yeah.
He bullied him down to the rim. He bullied him down to the rim and then scored. And guess what? The son did the same thing back to the final.
Yes.
So that's just the beauty. That's just the beauty of seeing, you know, we witnessing this level of history is just super amazing. Now, still talking basketball, let's talk about Klay Thompson, who made a move to Maverick Dallas. You know, he has been in with the Golden State Warriors. Actually, we missed a very great shooter. But you know, after his Achilles injury, he hasn't like gotten back to that level of the Splash Bros that we know. That's his combination between Steph Curry and himself with Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala, who has now retired, who is now also a Hall of Famer. So aspiring Hall of Famer. He's not yet in the Hall of Fame. He's not yet in the Hall of Fame. So how can, you know, you say this move now to Dallas is going to impact his game? Because in his first debut, he dropped 10 points in less than 10 minutes of play.
You know, a player is always a player. I always say
Anywhere,
just take me anywhere I'll play.
Yes.
You know, I always tell my kids, if our opponents are going to play in the sky, as far as they'll score, we're going to play in the sky and we're going to beat you. You know, but you know, coming out from an Achilles injury, you say it's a big thing. You know, and for him to still drop that good point, 10 points, it's a good point. I see him doing better in the future. You know, he's actually a great player though.
Well, we cannot take that away from him. He's an MVP and you know he's a 4-time NBA champion. He's got rings. So I know one of the reasons why he found himself, or the Dallas tried to poach him from Golden State Warriors, is to see if his combination wait though, there will be a problem on that team. How would you have what is it called now? Kyrie Irving, this guy now, Luka Modric, and then Klay Thompson. This is a power play. That's the problem. These guys are all buckets. So we'll be expecting to see them getting far, though they got far into the playoffs, played the finals against Boston Celtics, and they lost, sadly. But let's see what this season holds for them. And Anthony Edwards now, who has lost his big man to the New York Knicks. We don't know how the Timberwolves are going to survive with Anthony Edwards and Gobert, who is not solely that big, though he's 7'1", but for me, he's literally overrated, like you rightly mentioned about Bronny James. But I don't agree with you with Bronny James that he's actually overrated. The kid is doing so well. He's obviously going to get more playing time, and I think he is just going to try to go away from his father's shadows and then try to win. Yes.
If he does that, it will be very, very good for him.
Yes.
Going out of his father's shadow, because most time when the kids want to come up, you know, like I have lots of kids I'm working on and I'm training, you know.
Yes.
If most of them want to stay under the father's shadows, they definitely are not going to grow up to the expected height. So there will be limitation, you know. So, but if they stay off the if he stays off the father's shadow, he's going to go very, very far. I can see that, you know. The stage is already ready for him.
Yeah, the stage is set for him. So, as talking about stage being set, so, you know, we have like multiple basketball courts where the both of us we've not played that one-on-one that we've always been talking about. So, coach, why are you running away?
You know, the money you're setting is not enough.
It's not enough.
I'm thinking of like $10,000, man. So,
The coach, you know, I'll take your money every day.
oh my God.
Every day, all day, I'll take your money. You shoot from
I'm
my
not
farm.
going to shoot you down.
You know what I'll do to you? I'll do to you what LeBron James do to his son. Just back it all into the court and then
I'm
keep
gonna
scoring.
go Jordan into this.
All right, that's what we do here on Talk Sport on Global Television. Coach M Daddy, thank you so much. Pray on my team tomorrow
Oh
morning.
my God.
That's what we do here. Thank you so much for joining us this edition of Talk Sports. That's how much time will permit us to take on today's edition. We'll see you again tomorrow as we bring you other exciting news from the world of sports. My name is Samuel Odi. Many thanks for keeping it locked with us for the past 1 hour. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.